Oh dear, this blade is blunt. So do you know what we're going to do? We're going to sharpen this blade. Now this blade I use for whenever I want to, well, rip suspect wood. Wood that might have bits of shrapnel in or nails and screws and stuff like that. Yeah, it was my older blade, which got replaced by my newer blade, which is also now my older blade because it's knackered. Yeah, it's got teeth missing, this one. This one's actually worse than that one, believe it or not. That one's got 8 teeth missing. Crikey. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to use this little machine here with its spinny diamond wheel on it. And we're going to sharpen up this blade so it's usable again because it's a bit dull, to say the least. I haven't cleaned it or anything like that, and really I should. But like I say, I only use it for crap work, so hey-ho. We'll see. Now, this machine, this particular one's by a company called Berlan, and they obviously don't make it. It's imported from China, obviously, and it comes with a guard and a synchro mesh type system. So, yeah, a bit like when you get your toilet paper, and it kind of so the actual serrated bit where you rip the toilet paper off is in the same place, both sides of the ply. You see, well, this has a synchro as well, but it's useless. So I took it off. Right, so I do it by feel. I do, yeah, that I do. So, don't know why I did that. But anyway, I did. That's too late now, because I'm not editing this video. So this was by Berlan. It comes with this diamond disc on here, which spins round. I know it's got no guard on it, but it's not be funny. It's not exactly dangerous, is it? No. So make sure you're wearing safety specs. Now, the thing is, you see, not any old safety specs will do. Now, these are corrected, okay? My eyes are equally deteriorated, so I can get away with ready specs. Now, these are varifocals, equal, you know, off the shelf, varifocals from 0 to +2s. Now, these ones over here are not. They've got like the little bifocal lenses in them, and they're horrible to use. Those ones, I think they're made by Boll. They're not brilliant. Oh, my dear missus. Oh, hello.
Are you live?
I'm not live. I'm making a video. I was told off for ignoring her yesterday. You got to say hello. You got to say hello. So, just for those who are wondering, someone did actually marry me for 30 odd years. Crikey, you poor devil.
I was saying, when you finish this, you want to come into some curry and rice?
Oh, that sounds like a plan. Oh, I like the sound of that. Curry and rice.
There's only a defrosted curry with some rice.
Oh, so you didn't slave over it for me?
No, I think you slaved over it.
I probably did, because I did the cooking, you see. Anyway, if you want it edible. Anyway, let's not get into that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put an edge back on this this saw blade. Now, this particular machine is quite simple. I think there's up to 12-inch blades, actually, but probably even bigger. I don't know. I haven't tried anything bigger. So we're going to place that in there like so, okay? And then you have to fit the cone. Got to fit your cone, all right? That goes on there like so. And ideally, really, you should knock that washer out, all right? Because that's a 5/8 bore on my table saw, and it's got the reducer on there. I don't like reducers. If you can get the right size saw, blade with the right size hole instead of the universal, they're way better. And the other thing is those washers are supposed to be replaced every time you change the blade. So, right, put that on there like that. The cone will centralise the actual saw blade to this carrier arrangement, which is pretty floppy and rubbish. I keep telling myself I'm going to make a new system. I'll keep this bit here and that bit, all right? You know, we go backwards and forwards and that. But the rest of it, hang on, can I make that better? And I think something that holds the blade flat, almost like a table. I think it'll be loads better. And I only really sharpen 10-inch blades on here, so as long as it's got some movement there, it's a bit of adjustment, it should be okay. Now, go back to the old safety specs. These ones are 1.5 mils or 2+2s. Can't remember that. These are the 1/2. These ones actually. I'm going to go over to these little ready specs here. Now these are 3.5s. So I won't be able to see anything at distance. I won't be able to see myself over there. No, but everything here will be bigger. So it's a good idea. Oh crikey! Don't do that. No, good. Just look down here. That's it. Close focus work is ideal. So. Set of cheap ass ready specs is ideal for this job. You don't get nothing fancy. You don't need fancy stuff. Now, this particular saw blade doesn't have fleam, so the teeth aren't set alternating to each other. As a ripping blade, they're all straight all the way through, which is absolutely ideal in this case because it makes it easier to actually sharpen. Now, when you set the blade up, what you've got to do is make sure the actual blade is in the forward motion, as if you're going to be, you know, making your grind. So, yeah, I'll be a grind. Who's on Grindr anyway? Yes, send me a link. Yeah, we'll meet up. I don't have Grindr. No. I wouldn't know what to do anyway, to be honest. Not these days. Crikey. How old's my youngest kid? That'll be with the last time. Okay, so, let me just say that. What I've done is, I've set the tooth up against the actual grinding disc, and that is literally the angle and how I want it to be. Now you can adjust the angle on this because, oh crikey, no, it's not that right angle. I need to adjust the angle because I've set this for a blade that I've sharpened, probably this one here, which does have flame. So yeah, the teeth that go alternating. And this is only a 24 tooth blade. So what I need to do is set the angle of this to the tooth. So there's a nut on the back here. There's also a nut on the front here as well. And you have to loosen that. Just not too far, because you want to be able to have a little bit of resistance there, so it's not all floppy. Because you don't want it all floppy. No. Some people call that flaccid. Don't want it flaccid, no. Right, so back on there like that. And then what we're going to do is alter that angle. So it's up against the blade, flat. That's nearly there. That's better. It says perpendicular to the face of the blade, because these teeth are not at an angle. Pretty certain they're not. Now I'm sharpening the flat of the tooth. I'm not sharpening the top. You can do if you want, but what you're doing then, you see, if you sharpen the top of the tooth, you could, the height of all the teeth can be different. So it becomes like a jagged tooth cut. You want the teeth to be in line with each other, basically. So where's my spanner gone? It was here. All right, so we tighten that one up there. Again, take it off. I'm going to tighten this one up. It's not the best quality machine. There are better ones out there. What do I pay for this? About 80 quid or something, at the time. And it's saved me a lot of money in saw blades. Now, don't get me wrong. This is kind of like last chance saloon, or not last chance saloon. It's just, it can get you out of a pickle. Let's say, for instance, I don't know, you've damaged your saw blade and you've got one there sitting, then you want to put an edge on it. This is ideal for that. Now, what I tend to do is I'll do, say, for instance, I'll get that 10 sharpenings out of it, which is quite a lot, actually, to be fair, because the blade's knackered by then anyway. And it's time to move on and get a new blade. But you're not going to do as good a job as if you were sending it to the saw doctor. No. But for me here in France, the last time I sent a blade to the saw doctor, right? For instance, these saw blades here, right? These CMT ripping blades are about €30 to buy here. 30, 35 euros. They're pretty darn cheap. So, the last time I sent a blade to the saw doctor, it cost me €25 to have it sharpened all up and what have you. And they didn't put no more teeth on or anything like that. They just sharpened it. And yes, it was a brilliant job they did. The thing is, it wasn't worth it. If I spend 25 quid having it sharpened, I might as well go and buy a new blade. It's just no point. I live in France, it's quite pricey. If in the UK, you might get done cheaper, maybe. I don't know about in the US. Maybe someone can tell me how much you pay for a 10-inch blade with 40 teeth. How much it costs to get that sharpened. That'd be interesting. All right. Now, I do this by feel now. I've sort of got used to the machine. Now, if you want to use the weird stuff that comes with it, go for it. It's up to you. I'm not saying do one thing or another. This is just how it works for me. I'm quite happy doing it this way. And it's relatively quick, especially if your teeth is all at the same angle. But they're not. What you want is a marker pen. Let's find one. I should have had one ready. Anyway, a marker pen such as this one here. All right. And then you set your angle to one tooth. Okay. You then mark that tooth. And if you like, if they literally are alternate and not staggered, you can then just mark every other tooth. Now, this is not the case on this saw. And that way, you'll make sure that you don't accidentally sharpen the wrong tooth the wrong way. All right? Now, by doing the face of the tooth, the flat of the tooth, when I mean the flat of the tooth, where's another saw blade I can show you? There you go. If I can find a tooth that is missing. Okay. The bit I'm talking about is not the top of the tooth here. You might expect me to sharpen. I'm actually going to flatten that surface there with this diamond sharpener, because what that'll do is I'll put an edge all the way around the tooth, pretty much, and it won't affect the height of the tooth too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a start. I come quite out with that. That'll spin around nicely. Make sure that's tight. Because you don't want that to come off centre. That's good. I'll just double check on each tooth, so I'm in a fairly good position. There you go. Can you see that? So as it comes in, it's not going to damage the gullet of the tooth, because you don't want to make the saw blade out of balance. The likelihood of doing that is pretty slim because there's so many teeth. Any indiscrepancies will be balanced out around the saw blade. I've never had an issue like that. And it'll clean off any old resin build-up on the back of the teeth as well at the same time. Ideally, I should have cleaned the saw first. The saw blade first with, I don't know, simple green or something like that. Or I tend to use oven cleaner myself because I know it's caustic, I know it's nasty stuff, but it works really well and it's quick. Sorry for those of you who hate chemicals and stuff. Oh, got any chemicals, What makes me laugh though, right? when I get criticised by ladies. I do. I've been criticised by ladies, not for my chat-up skills, no, because I'm really out of... yeah, I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. Put up that. All right? Anyway, so the thing is, when they criticise me for all these chemicals I'm using and stuff like that, and then they apply a load of crap all over their skin. What the hell is that if it ain't chemicals? You know? I don't get it. You know, so what, their skin all day long, and they might take it off at night time. What, they take it off with more chemicals? Oh, let's get some acetone and take it all on our nails and what? It's just, it doesn't make any sense. It's just oxymorons. That's what it is. Sorry, ladies. I know you're not all the same. No. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I just don't. Sorry. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to turn it on with the big red button, and then we're going to bring it over here so I can see what I'm doing. So I've got an eye on the actual side of the grinding wheel, which is diamond grinding wheel. A little bit loose on there, so it's spin it a bit easier. And then I literally just bring the blade or the tooth to the wheel. Now I do one, have a look at it close up, and see if I'm perpendicular to the side. It'll be obvious because you'll see one side or the other of the tooth won't be sharpened. You're touched to an edge. But you don't want to be doing it all the way around, do you? You want to make sure you're right in the first place, so when you get to all the other teeth, and just check as you go. But you haven't got to go mad about it. No, take it easy. Bring the tooth back, I'm having a look. That looks fairly good. If anything, I could probably do it going that way a little bit more. You can't see that, I know, but I'm basically, I've ground a little bit more off one side of the tooth than the other. Tiny amount, but it's like when you're sharpening your plane irons, you can see if you're going a bit skewiff, can't you, where you've been and where you haven't been. And that's pretty much what I've done here. So I want that to be a bit higher, which is probably about there. Let's have a look. Yep, I'll try that. So before I turn it on, I always bring the handle back so it doesn't actually engage. Now, there is a stop down here on the machine, just there, so you can set the depth of cut, so you don't actually damage the gullet. You don't want to cut into the gullet if you can help it. I'm happy at that. Looks okay. Bring it back. Make sure you're going into the gullet space without touching it. Then bring the blade, the tooth, to the actual diamond wheel. Let's have a look. Hey, that's brilliant. That looks great. I will show you at the end of the video what it looks like. Bear in mind, I ain't cleaned the saw. There's only 24 teeth to go. Should we do it? I think we should. Might even speed it up. Okay, that's all the teeth that it is. Why am I flickering? So, let's take the old saw blade out of there. You can see what I was doing, can't you? I can feel the edge now already. It's grabbing my skin now. And on the sides as well, of the teeth as well. I can feel that. So I'm quite confident that's going to cut wood. That sounds like a good plan to me. This is when you lose everything on the floor. Right. You can see that on there, where I've actually sharpened the actual back face, or flattened the back face of each tooth. There you go. So now I'm very confident that this saw will yet again cut wood. And like I say, I'm only using this saw for my rough work. You know, where I'm cutting old bits of sawn timber or dubious stuff which I might be reclaimed wood and what have you. It kind of makes sense, you see. Yeah, there you go. So these machines are really cheap. There are better versions out there. Do you need all that other gubbins that goes with it? No. I mean, like, for instance, the Synchro and the Guard and stuff like that. No, you don't need it. So anyway, it's time for me to go, because my dear missus, she's waving at me. She says, it's ready. My curry is ready. So I'm going to say toodaloo, you know. So toodaloo, please beep the old like button. Helps the channel, you know. She said bye-bye.